Okay, so we're going to have a go at creating a 12 bar blues from scratch. So we'll start with this screen and we will, in GarageBand, we'll hit empty project. It'll bring it up and we may as well start off with our drummer track. So we're going to bring up our drummer track. You've got all the different styles or types of drummer here. You've got all the different kits here and things like that. What we are going to go for is a retro rock kit because that's sort of 12 bar or very blues based. Then we go to our beat presets and we can have a listen to some options. We just need to find something we like. Okay, that's not too bad, but what I need to do as well is drop my tempo to 90 beats per minute. And then once that's there, we'll actually have a listen to some other. So let's have a listen to the long haul and see what that sounds like. Okay, I want something a little straighter than that. No, too complicated. I'm just going to go back to this OEM Gold, and what I'm actually going to do is make that a bit softer and make that a bit simpler and have a listen to that. Get a bit more complex. Okay, that sounds about right. Now, we've only got 8 bars of drums here, and we're creating a 12 bar drum, so we need to drag this along all the way to the end of bar 12, so get that in line with bar 13 right there. And you've got your drum track set, and then as good practice, we will go here and we will just save this as 12 bar blues. There you go, hit return, and it's saved. So we've got our drum track set up for the whole thing now. Don't really have to worry about anything else. So next up, we are going to add our software instruments. So first things first, we're going to create the chords that underpin this entire thing. And for those chords, what I want is a nice organ sound. And I'm going to go for the bebop organ because bebop and jazz are not too dissimilar. Let's just have a listen to that. So that sounds pretty nice. Let's just hear it an octave lower. Okay, that will work, that will sound okay. So the 12 bar blues is based around a chord progression that remains the same over the entire 12 bar loop of the song. And we're going to create ours in C. And there is this document here you'll be able to refer to. So a chord progression in C. So in this one, we have the chord C7, F7, and G7. And then below, it lays out the 12 bar sequence. So you've got 4 bars of C7, so 1, 2, 3, 4 is a bar. So 4 bars of C7, 2 bars of F7, 2 bars of C7, G7, F7, C7, G7. Now I'm actually going to ignore the 7s for now because I'm going to be doing this via the type in keyboard available in GarageBand. It's available to everyone. So I'm just going to take those 7s off there. So basically now if we look at these chords, these top notes, the flat there, and the top note there, I'm just going to ignore. So my first chord is going to be what? C, E, and G. Then I've got F, A, C. Then I've got G, B, and D as my chords. Maybe you want to try and put those top notes on, but for the sake of time and simplicity, I am going to keep those off. So rather than trying to play it all at one time, if it was on a MIDI keyboard, no problem. Not an issue playing those chords in, but because we're using this keyboard here, it is a little bit more difficult and requires a bit more patience. So my C chord is going to be C, E, and G, which is A, D, and G on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit record by pressing R, and I'm going to record 4 bars of C in with each chord lasting a full bar like so. Okay, and then I'm going to stop that there. All I'm going to do is double click on it to bring this up so you can see here, this first chord is not where I want it to be. It's not right on the start of the bar. So that's pretty easy to fix. I can press Command A to select all my chords. I want each chord to last a bar, so I can just put those in as quarter notes. And you see, it's jumped them all to the start of the bar to the correct place. So if we have a listen to that, it sounds like this. I refer back to my chord chart now, I can see now I need 2 bars of an F chord. So back to GarageBand, get this lined up in the right place, which is right there because that's where it's going to go. I'm going to bring up my keyboard and I'm going to find the F note, the A note and the C note, which in the keyboard itself is F, H and K. And hopefully I can hit record. 2 bars of this. Nice and easy, that's in. I'll just quantize that as well to make sure they're all in the right place. So slide this over. You can also just highlight everything, hit the quantize, and again, it's dropped those in the right place. Right, going back to my chord chart now. I need 2 bars of going back to C. So there's a couple of ways you could do this. You could just go right ahead and play it back in as we did this first one here. In fact, that's what I'll do for the sake of ease. So here we go. And again, every time I'm jumping chord, I'm just stopping it, checking it out, quantizing it to make sure everything's in time, everything's in the right place. Okay, now coming up to the big finale of the piece, I'm going to try and play the G and then the F all at the same time. Maybe if I'm feeling lucky, I'll even put the other C and the G in there just to round off the progression, but you could literally do this 1 chord at a time if you wanted to. So I'm looking for my G, which is going to be G, B and D, which as a letter on your keyboard is G, J and L. Here we go. Let's see if we can jump from that to the F. Okay, I managed to get all 4 chords in at the same time pretty much, although I reckon it sounds pretty sloppy. So let's bring it up. And let's just come out on this a little bit and select these chords. And hit the quantize button, and that is my 12 bar chord progression all done, all sorted. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything, all these parts like so in the chords, and press Command J to join them all together, and then it should sound correct. All the chords should be in the right place and in time, so we'll have a listen back to that. Okay, and that's that. That is the first part of your composition done. You've got your drums and you've got your organ giving you the chords, giving the song the harmonic bass right underneath there. So in the next video, we're going to look at how to add a bass line to that and how to give the song some more depth.